The Labour leader Keir Starmer is not having a good week, as usual. This time he is losing more left-wing support. Why? Because he gave an empty promise to cancel university tuition fees and now he had to make a U-turn. Again. I swear, if I have to make a list of all the U-turns that Starmer has made on his pledges, this would be the longest video in the history of YouTube as a website. So, you already have heard over the last couple of days what's happened with Starmer's U-turn on the tuition fees. We're here to actually analyze the backlash because it's absolutely hilarious. So, it came out that Starmer decided to ditch his pledge on free university tuition. Ooh, such a populist policy that it attracts young people to vote for political parties. The last person who promised to cancel tuition fees was Nick Clegg, although Ed Miliband also wanted to replace the system with a tax-based system, which is basically what we have now. But Nick Clegg promised all the kids university will be free, even though it won't be free because they're going to take the money from plumbers and taxi drivers. But instead of actually you paying for it when you can, the system that we have currently, then when he got into government, Nick Clegg had to make a U-turn and he had to make an apology video, which was also hilarious. But now, Keir Starmer, at least is making a U-turn before he's become Prime Minister. Okay, that's slightly better. So the Labour Party told the Times that at a time when we are being so careful about spending commitments, oh my God, that's rich coming from Labour, is a glaring anomaly that we still haven't moved on. Tuition fees. Okay, that's interesting. It's one of the remaining commitments from 2019 that we will be clear that we have moved on from. Okay, so the Labour people hope that the electoral benefits from showing Starmer's fiscal discipline will weigh the costs of criticism from the party's left that he is abandoning another previous commitment. So basically, if we were to analyze this, what they're hoping for it to happen is that the Tories will continue to be in a mess, and the next election, the Labour Party could present itself as the party of fiscal conservatism and good housekeeping, as Maggie would say. So that way, they don't have to worry about all the left-wing populist policies that they promised until now, or when Jeremy Corbyn did in 2019 and 2017. You do realise that's exactly your base, the Labour Party. That's exactly what Jeremy Corbyn did. Now, obviously, if you go with your base, you will alienate the rest of the country. But if you're aiming to get the middle ground votes, the people in the middle, and those who are not really political, and they would swing from Tory and Labour and Lib Dems, then you are going to lose your base, and they're not going to all vote for you because my prediction is, my only speculation is that unless some weird things happen, Rishi Sunak, whether we like him or not, and his policies are not even the best, what they're going with, the Downing Street and Tory parties, they're going with patience and long-term plans. So within the next year or so, when the election comes, they want to project an image of, yes, the Tory party have been a mess over the last 13 years, but we have a new leadership, and he might not even be that lovable, Rishi Sunak, but you can trust him with your money. If that happens, then Starmer is going to be even in more trouble because he's already alienated his base to pretend to be fiscally conservative. So both parties are going to be lying to the public to get the votes, which is normal. So, Keir Starmer first indicated that he was considering changing his stance on tuition fees in January, actually as we reported. He said that university tuition fees are not working well. They burden young people going forward. Obviously, we have got a number of propositions in relation to those fees that we will put forward as we go into the election. But I have to be honest about it, the damage that has been done to our economy means that we are going to have to cost everything as we go into that election. And we will do that with discipline. Yeah, I'm so going to believe you. Considering you keep sending Rachel Reeves and other senior Labour members to go on TV and promise all the free lollipops and unicorns as policies, and when they're asked how you're going to fund it, somehow every single policy is going to be funded by something like a windfall tax or some inheritance tax. one or two taxes are going to be used to fund the whole country, according to the Labour Party. And no one's there to hold them to account. So, the opinion polls found that 52% of students think that living costs should be covered by targeted grants and top up loans, while 25% want a mix of grants, loans, and parental contributions. Wow, 25% are very sensible. Okay. Some 46% of students think that maintenance support should be between £10,000 and £12,500 each year. Oh my God, no, please don't do that. While 19% think that it should amount to under £10,000, and another 18% think that it should be between £12,000 and £15,000. Of those polled, 46% supported Labour, 11% voted Green. Wow, that's quite low. And 7% back to Conservatives. So that's quite interesting because that was a big chunk of percentage of students, even 25% is quite big for students, who had a semi-sensible view. And I think this is what the Labour Party are looking at, because they know that they no longer have 100% of the students being completely communist. And the younger Generation Z, are becoming slightly more sensible and less woke than the older Generation Z and the millennials. So this could be their gamble, but I'm still not convinced that the Labour Party could actually get the support of the young and the liberal ones, as well as those who want fiscal conservatism. Now, let me know your thoughts on Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.